Victorian and Romantic poetry. Romantic Age, late 18th century to mid 19th century. There are certain themes which are very common in which we can easily see in the works of various poets which are of Romantic Age, and we find that there is a kind of a depiction of nature and emotion in the works of Romantic poets. Romantic poets celebrated the beauty and grandeur of nature, often using it as a source of inspiration and reflection. Emotions, individualism, and the expression of personal feelings were central themes, as we find in the work of William Wordsworth, The Prelude, or John Keats' Ode to Nightingale and other odes. Imagination and subjectivity. Romantics emphasize the power of imagination, often exploring the inner workings of human mind and the depths of individual consciousness. They valued subjective experiences and the idea of the poet as a unique and sensitive creator. As we find in the work of Samuel Taylor Coleridge, particularly Kubla Khan, or even the rhyme of the ancient mariner, love of the past. Romantics often looked to the past with nostalgia and admiring medieval and mythological themes. They were drawn to folklore, culture, legend, and ballads, as the rhyme of the ancient mariner, and even Ozymandias by Shelley. There is another aspect which is there in the work of Romantic poet, that is rejection of industrialization, as in the work of particularly William Wordsworth, The World is Too Much with Us. Many Romantic poets express concern about the negative effect of industrialization and urbanization on the natural world and the human spirit. Next is use of symbolism and metaphor. Romantic poets frequently employed symbolic language and metaphors to convey deeper meanings and emotion. The notable poets of this age were William Wordsworth, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, Lord Byron, Percy Bysshe Shelley, John Keats, and others. Victorian Age, mid 19th century to early 20th century. Victorian Age is marked and is known particularly for its realism and social commentary. Victorian poets often focused on social issues, the realities of urban life, and the struggles of working class. They were concerned with depicting everyday life and the impact of industrialization, as we find in the work of Thomas Hardy or in the work of Alfred Tennyson, and even in the Arnold poems. Morality and ethics. Victorians were preoccupied with the question of morality, virtue, duty. Many of their poems conveyed moral lessons and ethical dilemma. Formal structure and technique. Victorian poetry tended to be more structured and adhere to traditional forms such as sonnet and ballads. Poets paid meticulous attention to rhyme, meter, and form. Narrative poetry. Many Victorian poets wrote narrative poetry telling stories that often incorporated historical, legendary, and mythological elements, as in the work of Matthew Arnold, Scholar Gypsy. Progress and optimism. Unlike the romantic rejection of industrialization, Victorians often embraced progress and technology, believing in the potential for human advancement and improvement. Notable poets were Alfred Lord Tennyson, Robert Browning, Elizabeth Barrett Browning, Christina Rossetti, and others. Now, let's wind up what are the similarity, and what are the main points which are there in the Romantic poetry and as well as in the Victorian poetry. The Romantic age emphasized emotion, imagination, and the individual's connection with nature, while the Victorian age focused on social realism, morality, and structured forms. Each period responded to the changing social, cultural, political landscapes of their time, resulting in distinct poetic styles and features. Thank you.